What's up, guys? It's your girl Rivah, and I'm back again with another video. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Rivah. It's very nice to meet you. Before we get into this video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. And as I always say, make sure you guys leave your comments in the comment section down below. It does not matter how you feel about this video. We all want to talk about it. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's at RIVAH_JORDON. Guys, I'm going to play this video and then we're going to run it back, of course, and I'm going to talk about it. But I think this is just absolutely absurd, as you can see by the title. I think the mentality of a lot of these modern women that turn into modern wives is just absolutely absurd. And here we are to talk about this. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and play the video. Like I said, you're probably like, Rivah, why are you delaying? Because I'm trying to calm you guys before I press play and you guys hear the foolishness that I heard. Okay.
I'm going to say this one more time and louder for the men in the back because I am stunned at how many men think having a job absolves you of household responsibilities. You think helping around the house is the equivalent of a second job and therefore unfair. But wait, I thought housework wasn't a job. I thought you said it was easy. And if you think all the things your wife does around the house are easy, then why would you complain for having to participate in them? You think going to work entitles you to a hot meal, clean clothes, and a tidy house. But somehow your working wife is never entitled to those same luxuries. She goes out and works hard just to come home and work harder. If your wife stays home, then she's lazy and does nothing. But if she goes to work, you still make her job out to be less labor intensive and therefore less valuable. You want all the benefits of masculinity without the responsibility. You sell yourself as providers, but then get mad when women expect you to provide. You want to be celebrated for getting up and going to work every day, but your wife never had a choice. You can't call in sick from being a mother or take the day off from being a wife. There are no holidays or vacations, and she never gets to clock out. She carries a mental load that you could not possibly quantify. And if you're not willing to assist her with it, then don't judge her performance or what it consists of. I'm going to say this
So
one more time.
so maybe you're wondering, did she just say? Yes, she did. Okay, yes, she did. Yes, she did go on this rant. Yes, she did say a lot of things that were completely 100% going for the gusto. Okay, and your girl Rivah, I got you. Okay, I got you.
Louder for the men in the back because I am stunned at how many men think having a job absolves you of household responsibilities. You think helping around the house is the equivalent of a second job and therefore unfair. But wait, I thought housework wasn't a job.
A lot of modern women, a lot of their issues, problems stem from and start with their jealousy of the freedom that their men have. Okay, whenever I think a lot of people have this misconception that, oh, I can just, I see other people have kids, like I'll just have kids and I'll just, like, be a wife, and it's just so easy, and it's just like whatever, and da 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 da, and like, yeah, I'll stay home all day. I love to be a stay-at-home wife. But then you have the other side of the spectrum where some women, mothers, envy, okay, the fact that the man gets to go back to work because they actually don't like the situation of staying home. They don't like the situation of nurturing their children. And they find it, honestly, quite difficult to be able to do. Okay? And that's just being real. We have a lot of real issues that people have, especially after they have children. But what I don't like about this statement that she made is that if you are the person that is at the house, okay, and you have children and your children are also at the house, how is that house going to be paid for if your spouse is not out there providing for you? How'd you get the house? How'd you get? I don't know if she's still married. I don't know anything about this woman at all. But like, you have the nails done, the lashes done, the eyebrows done, the lips, all the hair. Like, how is any of this stuff going to be provided for if your spouse is not the one who is going to work? So we know that working as a mom at home is a job. It is a job. Raising your children, watching them every second, feeding, changing, especially depending on how old they are, potty training, teaching them shapes and this and this and that. That is a really tough and intricate and important position to be in. But when somebody has to leave the home, okay, drive to work, get told when and when they cannot eat lunch, okay, can't take too many trips to the bathroom because they got to be doing this, that, and the third, dealing with the pressures that are put on them from the people above them, especially if they're not bosses, and they have to deal with that kind of pressure, and then come home and still be able to deal with your mouth. And half the time when they even at that job that maybe they don't like, don't care for, don't, feel no type of way in, don't get validated from the job itself, they're doing that for the betterment of your life and for your children's life, and they come home to you telling them that they have to do the dishes. Oh, well, you could help too. I don't get the mentality. This is what you call not working like a team. This is one person working. I mean, literally, this is one person working. He's working, he's doing his position. He wants to come home and just relax. Oh, well, you think you can't do that? Well, why can't you do this? Or why can't you help me do that? Da-da-da-da. Like,
You said it was easy. And if you think all the things your wife does around the house are easy, then why would you complain for having to participate in them? You think going to work entitles you to a hot meal, clean clothes, and a tidy house. But somehow your working wife is never entitled to those same luxuries. She goes out and works hard just to come home and work harder. If your wife stays home, then she's lazy and does nothing. But if she goes to work, you still make her job out to be less labor intensive.
now this is another part of the conversation I don't like. So now she's saying, okay, now the wife works. Okay, in this part of her statement, the wife works. He works as well, but he still expects her to be the one to take care of the home, and also whatever job she has, excuse me. Then now he's going to tell her that this isn't as labor intensive and stuff like that. Okay, first of all, before I get into the job part, before I get into that, okay, a lot of women who are working and coming home and doing this, we're different. A lot of women are wired different. I'm not saying that he can't assist, okay? I'm not saying that at all. But my issue with this statement is she's literally talking from her own personal experience and blaming all other men for it. When she's coming and she's making all these broad statements, and the reason why she's so intense about it and feels some type of way about it is because she's speaking from her life experience with her spouse. A lot of men, especially that we talk to on this channel, on my live streams, whatever the case is, a lot of men, they're willing to assist you. Real men, like, real men are willing. Hold on, let me take this back. It depends on what level, okay? Because when you have a man who is providing at a certain level, he'll pay somebody for this, okay? He'll pay for somebody. There's somebody that already comes to clean the house, okay? There's somebody who comes to, do this and do that. And then there's a nanny that's taking care of the baby. So you don't have these responsibilities. When we're talking about working people, two working people, okay, yeah, you come home from work one day, you can say, babe, can you help me with this? Can you help me with this? A lot of men are willing to do it, but a lot of women are not communicating the issues or the assistance that they need. Instead of communicating, they're complaining. And once you're complaining, you've already lost the battle, okay? There's a difference between saying, babe, can you help me with this? I know you just came from work, and I know you might be tired, but, I didn't get around to doing this because, so-and-so baby, okay, had me busy all day, and I didn't get a chance to do it. I'm sorry that you didn't, that it wasn't done before you got here, but can you please just assist me in doing that? You know how many men will be like, okay, babe, sure, no problem. You all right? You want me to hold him so you can do something? Or hold her? Or, sure, babe. Instead of, oh, well, I don't know why you expect me to do something because you just came in the house. And I'm busy. I'm busy too. Very different results you're going to get when you're complaining, okay, and when you're communicating.
and therefore less valuable. You want all the benefits of masculinity without the responsibility. You sell yourself as providers, but then get mad when women expect you to provide.
And you want all the benefits of femininity, and you sold yourself as a good wife, but you don't want the responsibility of being one. Am I wrong? Because I know I'm not wrong. Like, I know I'm not wrong. You want all the benefits of femininity and being a wife. You sold yourself on being this number one wife. Yeah, put a ring on my finger, propose to me, like I'm going to be such a good wife. And then none of the responsibility of what comes with it.
Masculinity without the responsibility. You sell yourself as providers, but then get mad when women expect you to provide. You want to be celebrated for getting up and going to work every day, but your wife never had a choice. You can't call in sick from being a mother or take the day off from being a wife.
And again, this is like, you know, in the beginning of the conversation, the woman's not working. In the middle of the conversation, the woman is working, and then I guess the woman is not working again, and she's saying you can't call in sick from being a mother, you can't call in sick from being a wife, but you can ask for help from your spouse. Again, communicating or complaining. If you don't feel good, and yes, we know how kids are. Kids can see mommy and daddy right there. Majority of the time, they're gonna ask mommy, okay? But there's nothing wrong with you saying, baby, mommy don't feel good. You need to ask daddy because I do not feel good. And your husband will know that. He knows you don't feel good. But if you walk around acting like, stank, nasty attitude, nasty all day, he gonna hear that child calling him and be blind to it. He gonna hear that child calling him and be like, somebody was asking me for something. Because you always got a problem. And what I don't like is that this is a big issue in relationships too that I notice. A lot of women will take certain situations and use that as their backative to have an attitude, right? I don't feel good. That's why I'm acting like this because I don't feel good. And so it's taking away the accountability and the responsibility of, yes, that was disrespectful. No, I shouldn't have spoken to him like that. Yes, I was wrong for saying these things. And now putting it on this. I didn't feel good, or I was tired, and I never have a day off. You always have a day off. And that nagging, complaining. Everybody has bad days. Your husband has bad days. The provider that you're saying is going to work, has to come home. He's worried about what the people at the work, the job is requiring him to do. He's worried about what you're trying to require him to do. He's worried about the kids too. Okay? He's worried about the well-being of everybody. And he's also, in this part of the conversation, because it switches, he's funding the situation for everybody. He can't call in either. Because a lot of times, if we want to be honest, they need all the hours that they can get to provide this comfortable lifestyle for everybody. That's why you see men will, get sick or have sicknesses or whatever the case is. And it's like, oh my gosh, I don't understand what happened. It's like, yeah, because he was internalizing all that, because how you can walk around and nag and this and that and complain and cry and all this, he can't do that. Because you're already challenging his masculinity when he's not doing anything. He's being a provider. And he's just saying he don't want to help with the dishes or whatever she's trying to say he's saying. So then how can he come to you and tell you he got a problem at the job? How can he come to tell you something going wrong? How can he tell you that he's tired and he don't feel like he fed up, he don't want to work there no more? He's not doing that. He's making the choice to get up and do what he got to do. Also, if you're in a relationship with somebody, especially as a woman, and you feel like you got to constantly nag, compete, bring down their masculinity, emasculate them, try to throw shots at them and all this kind of stuff, why are you with this man? Why are you with this man? Because what you won't do, another woman will. What you're not willing to, what you think of is tough, this woman out here wishing that they had a man in general, okay, to be in a nice, relationship where this man is, providing for and assisting for and, have children with and all of that.
There are no holidays or vacations, and she never gets to clock out. She carries a mental load that you could not possibly quantify. And if you're not willing to assist her with it, then don't judge her performance or what it consists of.
Don't judge her performance of what it consists of. if you're not willing to help her with it. Wrong again. Wrong again. If you keeping the house nasty, okay, and you home on TikTok, I think he can judge. I think he has the right to judge the performance because he knows that your time is off. Why people act like, okay, if it's a woman and a man in the house, why can the woman complain on what the man does in the house, but the man can't complain on what the woman does in the house, and that makes him wrong and bad, and he's bashing and da da. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. He can speak on what's going on in his home. Cause okay, he's going out and he's working, and he's saying your end of the bargain is if your end of the bargain is doing this. You know, roles were obviously established. He can talk about the fact that every single time he come home, he don't want to come home to the same dirty dishes in the same sink. He could say that. He could say he don't want junk all over the house. He could say that because he's coming to the house, and when he gets there, he sees you there. So you want him. So he sees dishes in the sink, and you're saying, "Well, you should have helped me with the dishes." But these dishes, some of them was from last night's dinner. But then now there's more dishes because you put these in here, and I went to work, and I am not responsible for this. I'm not talking about an off day. I'm not talking about a bad day. I'm not talking about a day you don't feel good. That's different. But a man is allowed to have expectations, and also that as women, aren't we supposed to be that safe place to land? Aren't we supposed to be, take pride in our homes? Again, I'm not talking about you going through something. I'm not talking about a situation. I'm not talking about, you know, you sick. I'm not talking about you don't feel. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm not talking about that. But isn't he supposed to want to come home and want to be around you and want to be with you and want to look at like, yes, my safe haven, my house? Isn't he supposed to like want that? Because if not, what he gonna do is he gonna start working later hours. Okay. You treat him so bad, give him such a nasty attitude. His work wife treat him way better than you treat him. So he already picking up. He already spending the majority of his time with her. And then you want to complain, right? Then you got an attitude. Then you got a problem because he needs to come home and he needs to help you.
A load that you could not possibly quantify. And if you're not willing to assist her with it, then she gets to clock out. She carries a mental load that you could not
Again, now this is going to be something that's crazy. And it depends on the profession. It depends on the situation. And I know that, okay? I'm not speaking of just like crazy speaking. Again, a lot of times when you go to a job, especially depending on what the job is, you have a lunch break. You can't be up on your phone all day long. Okay? You can't do certain things. You can't just call in and say, I don't feel good. You got to go through a protocol before you can even call in. And then sometimes if you call in too much, they put you on probation. So you can't even call in at a certain rate. You can't stay up in the bathroom all day. Okay? You just can't do that. You can't say, dang, I really don't feel like getting up right now and my lunch break is over. I'm just not going to get up. You can't do that. So there's a lot of differences between being home and being at work. There's a lot of differences. And again, I'm not negating the work of a mother who is at home, but it's very different. It's very, very different. It's very different. It's different atmospheres. One is a more controlled environment. One is a more free environment. Okay? And especially as women, it's more convenient for us to be home, especially during a certain period of the month. Okay? It's definitely way more convenient for us to be home. They're very different scenarios. Very, very different scenarios. And that's okay that they're different. But you can't put one above the other. You can't act like one is it. You can't act like staying at home and raising your children and taking care of your home is different than the other. This is something that we should be taking pride in. Our mothers did, our grandmothers did. For some of us, our mothers and our grandmothers didn't. Okay, So some people are talking from just not knowing better, and some people are talking from a place of laziness, selfishness, unwilling to bend and break for the mold of the man. But you wanted the benefits of marriage. You wanted to be a mother and have children, but you didn't want the responsibility that comes with it. And that's just real. Please, I know, guys, I told you. Okay, I tried to ease you guys into the video. Let me know what you guys think about this entire video. Make sure you guys leave your comments in the comment section down below. If you're not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's at RIVAH_JORDON. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell. I do post a video every single day. The time varies, so if you hit that bell, it will notify you when I post. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Mwah. Love you.